What's going on, everyone? It's time for another action sci-fi thriller film review. Today we're going to talk about Repo Men. It was released by Universal Pictures March 19th, 2010. It was produced by Scott Stuber, written by Eric Garcia and Garrett Lerner. It was directed by Michael Safachin, who did films like Finch, Game of Thrones, The Last with It, and Ape, and The Dreamer. This had a budget of $32 million, and it made only $18.4 million. This is a big flop when it came out. So, Repo Men. Well, this is a loose remake of the 1980s film Repo Man, but very different. So, Jude Law and Forest Whitaker star in this, and they're buddy cops, basically, of a repossession agency who go and repossess organs from people who had to get them and sign the contract and can't pay, so they go and basically dig them out of the people. And boy, it gets pretty intense, especially in the first half of this movie. But then once one of them succumbs to it and has to get it himself and can't do it himself, he goes on the run and tries to make things right and tries to help others in the same way while falling in love and end up fighting against the own organization he was working for. So this has some interesting ideas in this. The first half of this film is actually pretty well crafted. The characters are pretty strong, and it's pretty well done. The practical effects is really good. The acting is really good. The cinematography is good. And overall, the story is actually pretty engaging. I was pretty impressed with it. It has some really good moments in it. There is some forced love stuff in there that doesn't really need to be in there. It kind of just bogs the movie down, which kind of got annoying. And it's not as annoying as they do the one big cardinal sin in films, in my opinion. That's try to enhance a bloody scene with crappy CG blood. Why would you do that? It just makes the scene look 10 times more shittier. It doesn't help. It just doesn't, because CG blood has a certain texture that obviously is not realistic. It makes it look way more cartoony and not realistic enough. And besides, this one has a lot of good gore effects in it, and you're kind of tarnishing the special effects artist who does it. So yeah, that's the main gripe I have with this movie, is that and the forced love scene. But still, I thought it was very well shot. Also, fun fact, this was shot in Toronto, Canada, right down the street from where I am. So I thought that was pretty cool, seeing all that. I'm like, oh yeah, Young and Dundas and all that. You can tell it all from where they're shooting and stuff. Like Dundas Square is where you see them, and they're scanning out the windows and stuff, and they get the guy with the gallbladder and stuff. But yeah, and some pretty cool stuff like that happens in it. Overall though, I did thought it was a unique story. It was a little long and dull, a couple lulls, but still, it was a decent time. It's better than what I've heard from most people, and I still thought it was decent. So I'm gonna give Repo Men a 2.5 out of 5. It was good enough. If it didn't have the forest love thing and obviously the nonsensical CG blood, I think it would have been way better. And there is some weird edits in this. It does seem like they cut it down to like a PG-13 rating, and then they added in more gore and stuff to make it an R rating, but then they just did the minimal of that. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's amusing and it was a fun time. It's pretty forgettable, but still, if you're just looking for a good little thrill ride for a little bit, this one you might want to check out. I'm not sure where it's streaming or anything, so I'll link the trailer down below at least so you can check that out. Also, make sure you check out my Instagram. It's linked down below. That's where I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future. On my stories, you put the film title and some fun fact or history thing in there as well. Also, my Letterbox down below. There reviews as well, posted for star rating after watching the films. And my Twitter's down below. Reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms. Stay in loop with this channel. Like this video, share some more people wherever. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. If you have any films or film franchises in any genre and on any streaming services that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Make sure you subscribe. Hopefully we find something interesting that you never seen or heard of before, and also my opinions on popular films, my classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell, because, well, we're going to do a natural disaster film for a change called Into the Storm. I heard this movie's really bad, but I'll be the judge of that. So can't be as bad as Geostorm. So yeah, but so make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for all those repossessors repossessing our organs, because well, that's definitely going to be happening soon. I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.